Your personal data is worth more than you think. Every click, every search, every digital footprint you leave behind has become a commodity in a trillion-dollar economy. But here's the thing. While tech giants harvest this information to fuel their AI systems, you're caught in the crossfire of a massive legal battle that's reshaping how we think about privacy, surveillance, and digital freedom. The European Union's General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, was supposed to be our digital shield. Implemented in 2018, it promised to give us control over our personal information. Yet today, as artificial intelligence systems scrape data from across the web at unprecedented scales, we're discovering that this protection might not be as strong as we hoped. Think about what happens every time you browse the internet. AI companies are systematically collecting your posts, your photos, your comments, and your interactions to train their models. Under GDPR, this should require your explicit consent or a legitimate business interest. But here's where it gets complicated. Most of this data collection happens without you even knowing about it. The Cambridge Analytica scandal serves as a perfect example of how things can go wrong. Back in 2018, we learned that this political consulting firm had harvested data from up to 87 million Facebook users. The company used this information to build psychological profiles and influence political campaigns, including the 2016 U.S. presidential election and the Brexit referendum. What made Cambridge Analytica so devastating wasn't just the scale of the breach, but how it revealed the true economic value of personal data. The company paid just over $800,000 to acquire this massive data set, yet Facebook's market value dropped by more than $100 billion when the scandal broke. That's a pretty clear indication of how valuable our personal information really is. The aftermath was swift and severe. Facebook faced a record-breaking $5 billion fine from the Federal Trade Commission. The UK's Information Commissioner's Office imposed a £500,000 penalty. Cambridge Analytica filed for bankruptcy, and its CEO, Alexander Nix, was banned from future business dealings involving personal data. But the real impact went far beyond financial penalties. The scandal fundamentally changed how we think about data privacy and sparked a global conversation about digital rights. It showed us that our personal information isn't just valuable, it's powerful enough to influence elections and shape public opinion. Fast forward to today, and we're facing similar challenges with AI data scraping. Companies are using automated tools to collect vast amounts of personal information from websites, social media platforms, and online databases. This data feeds into large language models and other AI systems that generate billions of dollars in revenue. The economic incentives are enormous. Personal data has become the oil of the digital economy, fueling everything from targeted advertising to predictive analytics. Some estimates suggest that the global data economy is worth over $3 trillion annually. Your individual data profile might be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several $100s, depending on how detailed and valuable it is to advertisers and data brokers. Under GDPR, companies engaging in web scraping must establish a lawful basis for processing personal data. They need to demonstrate legitimate interest, ensure data minimization, and provide transparency about their collection practices. But enforcement remains inconsistent, and many AI companies operate in legal gray areas.
The tension between technological advancement and individual privacy rights has never been more apparent. On one side, we have AI companies arguing that data collection is essential for innovation and economic growth. They claim that restricting access to training data would stifle technological progress and put European companies at a competitive disadvantage. On the other hand, privacy advocates argue that unrestricted data collection violates fundamental human rights. They point to the risks of algorithmic bias, surveillance capitalism, and the erosion of personal autonomy in digital spaces. Recent developments in EU law are trying to address these concerns. The European Artificial Intelligence Act, which came into effect in 2024, establishes new requirements for AI systems. However, it doesn't provide specific legal basis for initial data collection, leaving that responsibility to GDPR. This creates a complex compliance landscape where AI companies must navigate multiple regulatory frameworks simultaneously. They need to ensure they have lawful basis under GDPR, comply with AI Act requirements, and respect individuals' rights to object to data processing. The stakes couldn't be higher. As we move deeper into the age of artificial intelligence, the battle over personal data will determine whether we live in a world where technology serves humanity or where humans become products in a digital marketplace. The choices we make today about data protection and digital rights will shape the future of privacy, democracy, and individual freedom in the digital age. The Cambridge Analytica scandal was just the beginning. The real test of our digital rights framework is happening right now, as AI systems become more sophisticated and data collection becomes more pervasive. Whether GDPR and similar regulations can effectively protect us in this new landscape remains to be seen.